Hi fam! I'm so happy to be here in another video with you and super excited because today we have a special guest, Katie from Love Sweat Fitness, and we've actually known each other for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yes. And now we're both in Orange County, so we've gotten time to reconnect and super excited because we are doing a collab. And I love the feeling and the spirit of the new year because we just feel super energized and we feel like we want to conquer those goals that we've had for a while. For the year, maybe last year you didn't do them, or maybe you're still advancing in your fitness goals, and these videos are gonna help you a ton, right?
Yeah, so these are 4 tips that not only are gonna help you de-bloat, but also just are really focused on helping you like lose some weight and flatten your belly, and they're super easy. And I think especially this time of year, we tend to overcomplicate things.
Yes.
In the past, I would like yo-yo diet and I'd set these big crazy goals that I would never attain.
Yeah.
So these are just 4 simple, easy things anyone can do like right now, like start in their day that actually make the biggest impact of all.
That's amazing. And she lost 45 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. So if you want to hear more about her story, go check her channel out. I'll leave you all of the links below, and go check out the 4 other tips that we did on her channel. I can't wait to hear these tips, and these are great because you can literally finish this video and start doing them.
So my #1 tip for anyone to do is to start intermittent fasting. Do you intermittent fast at all?
Yes, I do. I do it.
Do you have like a set hour range that you do?
Usually I'll start eating around noon time and then I'll stop at 8. So I'll do the 8-hour window where I eat for 8 hours.
All right, so that is like probably the most like standard. And I think the most important thing with like intermittent fasting to understand is like why it's beneficial and then also how to do it. So very simple version, there's a million different ways you can do intermittent fasting. Yeah. And truly it's about trying to shorten that window of time that you're consuming calories throughout the day. Yes. So if you are used to eating from 7 a.m. until like 10 p.m. at night, you don't have to all of a sudden do a huge jump and like cut it out and only eat from 12 to 8, right? You can start small. So maybe it's like, hey, I'm gonna stop eating at 7 p.m. and now I have a 12-hour window of fasting. Exactly. And maybe like inch your way a little bit into longer fasting periods. But at the end of the day, giving your body that fasted time is just hugely important because that's when like there's a lot of like repairing happening, your body's recovering, and then you're also producing human growth hormone, which helps with lean muscle. So if you're like working out, you're gonna build more lean muscle, and it really helps boost your metabolism and allow you to burn more calories. So just all in all, it's really great. But then like the goal is that, you know, during this time, you're probably gonna be consuming less calories in general because it's a shorter amount of time to eat in. So that doesn't mean you should undereat and all of a sudden you're only eating 1,000 calories.
And it is so important to give your body that break, that digestive break, so your body can actually work on digesting the food and working more properly.
I have a full video on intermittent fasting too, and like how I kind of do it, so you guys can check that out. But
we'll leave the link below too.
That really has been the biggest change for me because again, it's just less time to like overdo it, really.
Yes. Watch the video first so that you can get a little bit more educated before you just start doing it. You know, sometimes that gives you the more reassurance that what you're doing is actually good for you.
Second one, starting to reduce your sugar intake little by little. Again, it doesn't have to be like some drastic rip the band-aid off, just start somewhere. Anything you can do to start reducing that sugar is gonna have a huge impact on your body because they're empty calories. Yes. Your body doesn't do anything with them. You don't feel full after you have a bunch of sugar, so then you still are eating more and more.
Exactly.
And that's where that excess fat comes in and weight gain. So that is like the quickest way to lose a few pounds, like if you have extra weight on you, is to start reducing that sugar, and it'll make a huge difference.
Yes, I completely agree. And it sneaks in anywhere. Like
pasta sauces.
Yes, pasta sauces. Yes. Or yesterday I made a fish and I was gonna add this curry paste, and it had sugar in it. Like everything.
You're like, why?
Why? Yes.
And here's my like second tip in that tip. Don't just start swapping it out for artificial sweeteners though. Because they actually will make you crave sugar more. You'll have like more like hangry moments and cravings, and it can mess up your metabolism. So it's not about swapping for fake ones. It's about like reducing.
And what we mean about fake ones is like aspartame, like Splenda, and the Diet Coke, and the Diet Zero, all of those like 000. Usually they'll sneak in those artificial sweeteners and they're equally bad or worse.
No bueno.
Yeah.
If you need a little something as you're trying to like wean off of sugar, I always go for a monk fruit sweetener.
Yeah.
I think that's like the best. But yeah, it's really like, it's one you gotta kind of just start cutting it out. That's gonna be the best benefit.
What about like fruit from, like sugar from like natural sources?
That's
What do
such a
you
good
think?
question.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously.
Because I know that you lost 45 pounds.
Yeah.
So what was your experience? during
So
that?
I am not like a huge fruit person in general. And not because I don't think it like has amazing benefits.
Yeah.
Of course it does. I just personally I'm not a big fruit. Like I don't
Yeah.
love fruit.
Yeah.
I do apples and I do a lot of berries, which are lower sugar ones.
Yeah.
And that's just because that's what I enjoy the most.
Yeah.
But like sugar. Of course, if you're getting it from fruits and things, you're getting a lot of other great benefits and minerals and vitamins and fibers versus like eating a piece of candy.
For sure.
Yes, definitely. Like swap the candy for an apple. But at the end of the day, if you have too much sugar, you have too much sugar, no matter where it comes from. So
That's
it's just
true.
being really like cautious of like where you're getting it. So if you're gonna get those 24 grams, like get them from a banana and an apple, not from candy bars. All right, tip number 3. This is a good one. I really like this one. I feel like most of the time when people think about losing weight or like flattening their belly, they're like, I have to stop eating this and that and da-da-da. And like, you know, we just talked about like ditching sugar.
Yeah.
This one's all about adding to your plate.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
I like
instead
that.
of thinking about like all the things you can't eat, starting to really focus on what you can and the things that you can add to your plate that are gonna help you feel better, give you more energy, and then you have less room for the junk. So like if you start when you're building your plate, you start with the veggies, you start with the like brown rices and your proteins, you don't have as much room on that plate to put whatever the bad stuff is.
That's so true.
And you're really full, and then you have to think about it. Like, do I have room for this? Do I actually want it now?
Yeah.
And things especially like asparagus and artichoke are really, really good for de-bloating.
Okay.
So then you're like winning, because then you're gonna feel less bloated, and you're also like working toward any like weight loss goals you might have.
Also that eating it raw can be like more beneficial too.
Oh.
What do you know anything about that?
So I have hypothyroidism, and me and raw veggies don't like, we don't play well together.
Okay.
That is like the ultimate cause of bloating
That's
for
interesting.
me. Yeah.
So asparagus and artichokes.
Yeah, those are great. They help like, help with
De-bloating.
de-bloating and everything else. So those are the ones to go for if you're ever feeling just like extra bloated. All right, so tip number 4.
Yes.
This is where you got to put in the little work, right? So again, this is not just about like feeling less bloated, or I mean, this is definitely about flattening your belly and just feeling strong, healthy. And if you are trying to lose weight, this is just a key. Like there's 2 main things, nutrition and fitness. So you gotta work out, you gotta move your body. For me, it was about like just setting those small goals again with the new year. It's not some big like, I'm gonna work out an hour every day.
Yeah.
It's starting small. So whether that's like 10 minutes a day, like we have the free daily 10 in the Love So Fitness app, that's just like a great starting point, because you have a 10-minute set workout and you can start like building those healthy habits. But you just gotta move your body.
Yes.
And for me, like HIIT workouts are going to be like one of the most impactful if you're trying to lose weight, because you push it really hard for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you don't need much.
No, it's like 20 minutes. You don't need any equipment. And then you're burning more calories all day long because of the intensity of those 20 minutes, which is great. Like
exactly.
Less work, more benefit. So good.
Yeah, and all the workouts in your app.
Yeah.
So tell them about your app.
Oh, thanks. We have the free daily 10, so anyone can download the app and access the daily 10-minute workout. It's new every single day, and again, that's like such a cool place to start. And you have all of Team LSF, like this amazing community that is so engaged and supportive on Instagram for you guys. But then we have the premium plan, which is like full circuit workouts every single day, so you can open your phone and you already know exactly what to do that day.
That's amazing.
Walk you through it, full length videos, like so much in there. And then there's really fun trophies, and like you have a trophy case where you can get and collect like different trophies just for like showing up every day. And there's a journal in there to like track your mood, how you're feeling. And so it's just nice because you can like have everything in one spot. You have the motivation, you have the plan. You don't have to think about it. I'll be like your trainer in your pocket on your phone.
That is so cool. Yeah, and I think that having the support support is so important, because sometimes you can feel like you're in this alone, whether if you're married or if you're like younger and you're at school and maybe your friends aren't into this, but you want to do it. You have that support system there, which is so important to keep you motivated.
And like with workouts, I have one tip that you can do right now that is not going to be like strenuous. You can do it all day, every day, and it will flatten your belly like nothing else. Like,
ooh, what is it?
You got, a combination of all the things,
of course,
but like this makes the biggest difference. It's called vacuuming.
Vacuuming, okay.
And it's not your carpet. If you're sitting around all day, you're like, la la la, like lazy, right? Like all your muscles or your stomach and everything are kind of just like, bleh. And they're gonna just kind of train themselves to be like, blah. So vacuuming is the idea of contracting your abdominal muscles and engaging your core. And I know you hear that if you like do workouts a lot, like engage your core, and you're like, what does that mean? But what it does is it trains your muscles to pull in and tighten up, and then like just be like that, so that you don't have to like constantly think about it. So if you're used to sitting here and you're like sticking it out, if you contract and pull everything in, like at some point, the more you train it, your posture so much. It's gonna just stay like that. So all of a sudden your belly goes from looking like soft out here to like flat and tight. You can do it while you're driving, while you're in your car, while you're at school, anywhere. So all you do, like I always try to describe it to people, like imagine I was walking up to you and I like punched you in the stomach, right? Like what would your body do? All those muscles would be like, ugh. I can breathe normally, I can talk normally. It's not sucking in like when you're used to like when you're little, like and you can't breathe. It's really just about contracting. So drawing the navel in toward the spine, pulling the muscles in, and then you're just like la la, talking, breathing, but you're working that core and you're gonna flat belly.
That's amazing. That's such an easy tip that you can do all the time.
Right? Love it. I always have to think about it and remind myself, but I notice when I do it consistently, it's such a difference. Yeah,
it does. And it also helps the posture, and just engaging the muscles is great.
Thank you so much for having me. That was so much fun. I loved it. Thanks, guys. Hopefully you just love these tips and you're gonna have the most amazing 2020 ever.
Yes, so thank you too for sharing your tips with us, and thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to check out the video of the 4 other tips that I did on Katie's channel. I share 3 delicious recipes with you, plus 1 extra super important tip. I'll give you guys the link below to that and to her channel, so you guys can go subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.